Another brand new week to talk sport right here on Dominion Television. A fresh new Monday right here on the go. And trust me, we have loads of action packed up for you in the world of sport. Just fasten your seatbelt, grab your popcorns, and get ready to join us in the world of sport this wonderful morning. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio this wonderful morning. I have Jessica Suji joining me to talk sport right here on the go. We've got so much stories from the world of basketball, the Tigress. Also, we're giving you updates from the Premier League is back in action. Several teams are going, picking up points, and some not picking up points on the match opening day of the Premier League. Also, La Liga is back in action. The Serie A also back in action. We have the French League gone also back in action. Let me inform you that the DFB Pokal final also happened yesterday between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, and definitely Bayern Munich picking up the victory yesterday over the weekend on Saturday. 2-1. We have loads of action to serve you this wonderful morning. Jessica, top of the morning to you. It's good to have you on the show this wonderful morning.
Wonderful morning to you, Tolu, and also to the viewers. Many reactions to take away from all the action that happened during the weekend. We're talking about the Tigress, the basketball team, and also the volleyball that will be coming up in Los Angeles in 2028. And also we'll be talking about some tennis stories also. It's been amazing because if you look at all the features that happen, so many features, giving the fans and the viewers updated and to let them know about what their team has been up to during the weekend. So let's just get ready to dissect it, talk about some actions, and be ready to blow the whistle and get it kicked off.
All right, definitely we're going to set an action to get the whistle started. Let's give you an update from the camp of the Tigress as the fell short to 90-55 defeat against Belgium in their latest World Cup warm-up game. Now, let me inform you that Nigeria struggled after halftime as Belgium pulled away to secure a convincing victory. The Tigers will now look to bounce back in the remaining warm-up games against Mali, Puerto Rico, as the preparations for the World Cup continues. That's the update we are getting, and Spain, so much struggle. Their first game, another struggle. Now this game against Belgium, but we can see this is a warm-up preparation. Look at the areas where you need to adjust and put things in order. Now, hold on, Jessica. Before we move on, let me just inform you also that there have been speculations around, where is Rena Wakama? The coach is actually absent from the Tigress because she's abandoned the team. She's still under obligations with Chicago Sky and is expected to join the national team this week. Nigerians are pleased and they need to stay calm. The coach Wakama is still the head coach of the Tigress. Now, the real question now is how quickly can she reunite with the team and get them fully prepared ahead of the World Cup, which takes place from September 4 to 13th, 2026.
This is something I feel they should solve before the World Cup kickoff, because now the players are doing their parts. Also, we need the head coach to be there also to oversee all these errors and the levels of where to improve on. And to the Tigers, the two games, it was quite hard that we fell into they fell into defeat, because you're talking about elite competition when it comes to facing teams like this. We're talking the Belgium and also the Spain national team, because the game it was quite hard, because against the Belgian side it was collective the collective contribution from the Belgian side, because Nigeria were not able to hold on to the game, and the first shot at the second quarter of the game. So it was quite. I think that should be one thing the Wakama should also look out when it comes to our level of preparedness. And also for the Tigress, it's just so much about when it comes to that side of not able to pick only one person to be able to do all this job for us. We have to come out collectively, know the areas we need to concentrate and improve on. And for this level, we just ended the China series with a win, so it's something good and also something bad. But at the same time, it shows that we are ready. But it will be sad if we don't take our lesson out of it. But at the same time, if we are able to take our lesson, improve on those mistakes we've done during this course of these 2 games, and then we can see that we still have a long way to go ahead of this competition. But at the same time, it's still something to look forward to. And for Wakama, hope this thing gets sorted, because we need at the touchline to oversee all these to oversee this team. They need their intelligence, the tactical drills, and also the collective measures and defensive structures she has to put out against, because now we are playing, it's no more time for still testing. Now it's going to be us against those in our group stage. So yeah, we still have a lot to do, but if we can correct that, then there's a way to go for it.
All right, definitely we'll be looking forward to having a coach Rena Wakama back with the team. When you look at that, everybody's wondering, hope we are safer ahead of the World Cup, and definitely we've been able to break that to you, that she's going to join the team. She's just she has more work with the Chicago Sky, which obligation to leave will be sorted out this week. All right, let's move away from that. Let's give you more stories and making around in the world of sport this wonderful morning, and that is coming through from the volleyball team as early Olympic Games qualification for Team Nigeria. Let me inform you that for the first time ever, Nigeria have qualified for the Olympics in the beach volleyball event, and will be representing Africa at Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. Let me inform you that Esther Onyeye Mba and Pamela Yom Bauer won the beach volleyball African title, defeating Morocco in straight sets 2-0, 21-18 and 21-10 to book an early qualification to Los Angeles. I think it's a great feat. Where I think we have been doing great in the world of athletics this year.
Yeah, definitely. We've been doing a lot of work. You were talking about when we were speaking about Ola Dakwa, when he was mentioning that we should look at other sports. So this now, we've been praising them. Now they've qualified. It is not something Nigeria are known for when it comes to beach volleyball, but now we've done that against top side in Africa, and we were talking about Morocco, Mozambique, and also Egypt. So to have that run against Morocco 2 times, now winning it just shows great determination. Nigeria have been in that stage, have reached the final for the 3rd time now this is their 4th, and the one it just made me it reminds me of the Morocco, the WAFCON, the campaign of the Moroccans, whereby you try the resilience, you try again until you get it right, and they've done it. Now they've qualified for the beach volleyball, which will be taking place in Los Angeles in 2028. So it just shows great preparedness, and at the same time we should not only just look about this qualification alone, winning against top African teams. Now we are going to compete against teams that are known for it. We're talking about the Brazilians, the USA. So these people are they are good at it. So
and this is the first time we're qualifying.
We are qualifying. So there's still much work needs to be done. To put these 2 players now into top competitions. To able to give them that kind of experience, and also so that when that competition comes, we'll just be there to fill up the space, with the sport that we qualify, but also be able to make a name for ourselves at that big stage. So it's something I feel like Nigeria is growing, emerging talents from this kind of competition. So it will create a pathway, a door that I feel like other talent or other sport competition and federation will see that there needs to be an investment when it comes to competition like this, or even organized competition like this in Nigeria, so that people can take part in and they can see where it needs to grow for us. And so it's just something of importance and something of I feel of joy that we qualify, but at the same time we need to work on our preparedness and also where to go for it. And if we're able to do that, then we can announce ourselves, if not that big, but at least make a name for ourselves and impact in that competition.
All right, let me ask you, what level of preparation do you think should be given to the team representing us in Olympics? I'm talking about the volleyball beach soccer team.
We have players who have been playing volleyballs, but because of the level of recognition and publicity that sometimes this sport doesn't get, we overlook it. So it is left up to the federation to look at this talent and put them against competition. When we're talking about organizing competitions, we're talking about giving more scouting the department to see talent they can get from there. And at the same time, it just shows that we've been doing that in other sports. You talk about sports like the athletics, Olympics. You talk about other games that Nigeria now are seen as a new form of recognition. So it doesn't stop us. At the same time, we can do better. We can still grow from there. So yeah, it boils down to organizing that competition that we need to do. Give the local the people who doesn't know about the sport more to see about it. So yeah, we can definitely grow more into it. Just the level of way we can prepare is just organizing more competition for them.
All right, definitely we'll be looking forward to more preparations ahead of the Olympic game happening in 2028 for other athletes when it comes to the world of sport right here on the go. All right, let's move away from that. Let's give you more stories making around in the world of sport this wonderful morning as the game kicked off over the weekend. Arsenal winning that one against the newly promoted side Coventry City, 3-0, making our data showing total and attacking champions. They said they're not defending champions, they're attacking champions. Also, let me inform you, All City picked up the victory against Manchester United, 2-0. Shocking victory for everyone, I must say. Early kickoff at 12:30. That didn't work out for Manchester United. Let me ask you, what exactly went wrong for Michael Carrick? Because most people, kept complaining about, most of the players were not sharp on the ball. It looks like they were more rigid. Fans are saying, look sure in 2027, 2026 in a team like Manchester United. The same style of play that Michael Carrick, displayed last season is not what they saw in the opening game and all of that. And also, what do you think went right for All City, over the weekend?
Over the weekend, early kickoff start, and All City, we always expect the Premier League to always give us a shocker when it comes to small teams beating big teams like that. But we saw that against Manchester United. The game, for me, the defensive side of them, they were not looking sharp. There were many areas they could have just closed for, corners whereby Samuel Ajayi scored. It was so easy for the players to come and attack the ball from that threat. And for Manchester United, if you ask me, the preseason they had, they were decent, even against Paris Saint-Germain. So I feel like the players were not even sharp at that moment. You could see some, they had some chances, but it wasn't looking more like the energy and the threat they had last season at the same time. So it felt like they still they have more work to do when it comes to maybe at that midfield, because now we're seeing the pairing of Andrew Santos and Yuri Tielemans. It was like it's still not gelling up for them. So there's still more games to go, but this is just something I feel like the fans have noticed, and I feel like Michael Carrick should take and consider, to take note into, because now it's not even about All City again. You're still going to play against big side, big teams like that, and if they can exploit that, if All City can exploit that, then big teams will definitely see this as a giveaway for them. So yeah, it's just something that he needs to take note and take into measure. All
right, let's move away from that. Let's see more result that happened yesterday. Fantastic victory for more teams that played yesterday. We can have that. Thank you so much, my producer. We have Brighton of Albion against Aston Villa. Shocking victory, you must say also. Did you see this happening for Aston Villa?
I didn't see. The least I expected was a draw, because a glimpse of it showed that Aston Villa are still, I don't know, maybe they're still feeling the impact of those players they are missing. I'm talking about Oli Watkins and also Martinez. So it was showing so much. The goal, that deficit was so much for 4-0 at the first half, and also a red card. So the glimpse of it showed at the UEFA Super Cup against Paris Saint-Germain, where we saw that there's still big things to do to work on Unai Emery's side. Garnacho, the signing of Garnacho even didn't make a difference. In coming up at the second half, there was not much impact from him. So there's still much work needs to be done against this Aston Villa side. And for Brighton, they came in sharp. They had every chances they had. They took it right from the goal, 4-0, and that's a big statement they made at the opening match.
All right, beautiful. Let's check out more results from the games in the Premier League over the weekend. Fantastic games to look forward to that happened, and trust me, massive result over the weekend. When you look at some teams that played also on Saturday when it comes to the Premier League. I think you'll be excited to see Ipswich also played, over the weekend. You look at that game against Sunderland, a fantastic victory, for them. And also, when you check out other, results over the weekend, let's just check that out quickly. And you are super excited to see more victory that happened in the Premier League. Manchester City picking up the victory against Bournemouth 2-1. We have Brentford winning against Tottenham 3-0. We have Liverpool against Newcastle 2-2. And you look at all the results, exciting times. Talk to me about some of the games that you saw yesterday and that made magic for you in the Premier League.
For Manchester City, the game against the one they played against Bournemouth, it was looking like the game looked like the game they played, the last match they played against Bournemouth, whereby now Bournemouth, their unbeaten run has come to an end. It was, I feel like that was just a narrow escape for Man City, for them, because if, assuming they lost that game, then the question will still be, as Pep Guardiola magic or era has really come to an end when it comes to that. But for Enzo Maresca, good one for him, because if that has ended as a defeat, it will be a big debate about the lives of their transfer signings. Have they really been able to prove a point when it comes to that? But they needed that. They needed that goal and they secured that win, and it was so surprising to see Erling Haaland in a low court. But it just shows that new season, new appearance. So great one for them, and also for Brentford against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, shocking also. For you.
It was not shocking.
But so I want to ask you now. Some of these managers like Aston Villa, who lost, over the weekend with great new signings. Also, Roberto De Zerbi, also new signings. You look at Andy Iraola, also Liverpool, that draw. Maresca, a lucky win against Bournemouth. Manchester United losing. Do you think that most of this transfer they have made have not really come to par? And how long do you think these new transfers would deal with the set of players that they had in that team?
I feel like recently transfer made by big teams nowadays, it do take time. It was not the days of when the Erling Haaland came into light, whereby he started with great impact. But now these days, we feel like players coming in, even to some extent, that players who have already had that experience of Premier League still struggling, not to gelling in that the new team they find themselves in. And it's just quite surprising, because you're talking about, even if you look at the transfer Aston Villa made so far, we're talking about big signing with big money.
Great signings. You look at Tottenham Hotspur,
it's not even new gen.
Tolani,
and Tottenham Hotspur in general, they made very quite expensive signings, and now they are going to secure the signature of Savinho and also maybe Mamouche. So it makes France question that all this money is being spent. Are we going to see results for them? So at the same time, it's boiled down to what they need to do at this point in time. First match, losing against that, and if fans are questioning for results and questioning for improvements, definitely they need to give up and tally up their speed and also make something impactful when it comes to Zerbi and with his transfer making. So for Tottenham Hotspur, they have a lot of work to do when it comes to that, because you can't be making that great those expensive signing, and on the pitch of play we are seeing some low class or just the level of mediocrity, and he's not even giving that sense at all. But for other teams, for Liverpool, it was the game should have ended in a victory for Newcastle, but it was just a late stoppage penalty that they were able to salvage that point, but it was a narrow escape. Adriola should have just his first match should have done better. His first match could have ended in a defeat, whereby they still go back to if their last season the fallout they had, when it comes to the ending of the season, with Slot. So the topic could have, just rise up again. But at the same time, they did their best, salvaged the point. So next match, they know what to do better.
All right, let's move away from the Premier League and let's give you more result that happened over the weekend. In Spain, Atletico de Madrid against Villarreal. That one ended 2-all, and there was so much speculation. But before that, let me just inform you that 420 days for Jack Grealish is back to playing football again for Manchester City. I think it's good one to see him play again right there for Manchester City. Jessica, quickly, 30 seconds.
It's so great to see him. But for some Manchester City fans, they feel like there's no need for him.
There's no need,
other players could have will definitely fill up his spot. But I feel like the deal when he went to Everton, that loan deal, maybe he should have find another space to to secure his spot. When we were talking about Jack Grealish, consider his expensive signing to Man City. Then he's still a pure talent when it comes to that side. But at the same time, I don't see him making much of an impact when it comes to the Manchester City squad.
All right. Let's just like we have with Atletico Madrid against Villarreal. There's so much noise around Julian Alvarez. Him walking off the pitch yesterday when some of the players went to greet the fans and all of that. The move, FC Barcelona want to sign him. Atletico Madrid want to make him move to Barcelona. As that would be the best option for them. All of that story, they picked up a 2-all draw against Villarreal.
For Atletico Madrid, that game they needed some goals, and for Julian Alvarez, the fans bringing him, it comes to when transfer decisions by players and also the club size start causing some disturbance and some noise. It divides the fans' opinion. They makes the player feel unwanted at some point in time, and that's what is happening at Atletico de Madrid. The player want a move out of the club, but and they know the player, the team coming for him is Barcelona, and they definitely don't want. So it's going to be an up and down when it comes to that issue. But if he's going to show some level of impact in that playing style, or when it comes to on the pitch, it's definitely going to disturb the season of Atletico de Madrid. They have to get this thing sorted out before before even the first half of the season start kicking off like that. So I feel that's what Atletico de Madrid needs to do. And when it comes to that Julian Alvarez issues, so get it sorted. They focus on more of the players you have at hand, and let the season keep growing and make some signings and cement your team, the squad you need, and then maybe you can be up for the title challenge.
All right, that's the update for Atletico de Madrid. Let's give you an update also that Madrid picked up the victory. SPs with the goal to give Madrid all 3 points for the new manager, Jose Mourinho, over the weekend. That one, Jude Bellingham also getting on the score sheet, and Kala with a goal right there for Espanyol. Let me give you an update also. The FC Barcelona picked up the victory 5-0. Karim Adeyemi on the score sheet. Rafinha also getting on the score sheet yesterday. Fantastic victory for FC Barcelona. Also, let me inform you that Sevilla against Athletic Club, that one under 3-1. Chris Ejuke, Nigerian winger, got a goal in that game. Romero also with a goal, and also getting a goal in that game is in the 15 minutes for Sevilla. Also, let me inform you that Athletic Club picked up a red card in that game. Fantastic game right there in Spanish La Liga. Let's head straight down to Serie A, where Inter Milan picked up the victory against Monza 4-1. AC Milan also picking up the victory 2-1. You look at other teams in the Serie A. Como also drained that one 1-1. You look at Juventus against if you look at Juventus against Frosinone, picking up the victory 1-0. Bremer getting a goal for the old ladies of Turin. Atalanta picking up the victory against Sassuolo 2-1, and the fantastic victory for some other teams right there in Serie A. And I think it's a good one for Samuel Chukwueze. It's been a bright start for him under Ruben Amorim.
Bright start, him having that assist in that game. There have been questions against Ruben Amorim when it comes to that preseason. They had with him not winning much game like that, but having his first game in the Serie, and also having it with a win, it shows with some great signs of improvement when it comes to that. And for Chukwueze, he's starting to show his impact when it comes to that. We know Chukwueze, when his time at Villarreal, when he was there, we could see some brilliant stats from him, and he's starting to show that that now. So definitely we just wish him, if he's not being put on the transfer market, maybe definitely we just wish him, great season at AC Milan, and maybe even add some goals to his tally.
All right, those are some of the results also in the French Ligue 1, just like my producer was trying to show us right there. More results also happened, and Ferran Torres, also for Paris Saint-Germain, came out from the bench and got the brace in that game.
For Ferran Torres, no, when we were talking about his transfer from FC Barcelona to Paris, no, we were debating on he won't have much of an impact because we have lines of players there. But he definitely made a statement. Your first game, to restore that point for them, it was so much needed at that point in time, because them having to be losing that game at 2 goals at that point, and he came on, he made that impact which was needed. These are type of signings that people would start having to see that he's the type of player. Maybe Barcelona will now start seeing the Blues now against PSG. He's still doing some big wonders. Now he's going to cement his place, maybe in the starting 11 next game to come. But this was needed for him. Come up the stage, show your performance, do some brilliance to salvage that point. That was great for his debut.
All right, a beautiful debut right here for Ferran Torres, giving Paris Saint-Germain a much needed point in that game. All right, let's move away from that. Let's talk about the final that happened in Germany, the DFB Pokal final, where Bayern Munich lifted the trophy yet again. That one ended 2-1. For
Bayern Munich, it has been great under company. They have been able to win some matches, won some trophies, and also had a brilliant campaign under in the UEFA competition. So it was so great to see them. We've known Bayern Munich having that dominant side against Borussia Dortmund. They did that emphatically, and for Michael Olise getting a goal there. It shows where he's picking up his start where he left it from last season. He's still brilliant. He's still showing his dominance. And for for Bayern Munich, it shows that maybe they can still. They will keep on dominating that Bundesliga when it comes next season, but we are yet to see that. So great one for them for that trophy. It was needed. They did well throughout the match, and that's to show their level of resilience and determination they had throughout the match. So it was great for them, and congratulations on the trophy they won.
All right, beautiful one to see for Bayern Munich. All right, let's move away from that. Let's give you update on today's matches to look forward to. As Fulham are going to take on Jessica's side Chelsea. In the Serie A, we have Bologna against Lazio. We have Roma against Florentina. In the Spanish La Liga, we have Osasuna against Levante, Malaga against Deportivo. All right, let's talk about Fulham against Chelsea for you. Your anticipation for this game. Do you see Xabi Alonso picking up his victory against also Arbeloa, also trying to pick up his first win as a manager in England and for Fulham?
This is going to be a tough game. Fulham are not a side we can write off or try to say that Chelsea can come out to intimidate them. They've won against Chelsea a couple of times, and for Chelsea, this is just the game for them to know. The last season wasn't brilliant. Starting off this season great will be much needed for that confidence when it comes to building confidence, and also for Chelsea, you have the likes of Joao Pedro, just getting that number 9 jersey now. Even there are talks about being the number 9 jersey being caused, but hopefully when he goes to his turn, he can change the course around. And for Chelsea, they just need to know all the signing Morgan Rogers. These are players that can just add more pressure and attacking threat when it comes to that squad. So it depends on what Xabi Alonso would have to put up tonight, the lineup. Then we know what we have to look forward to when it comes to that match. And for Fulham, they can cause an upset. It could be some early goals against Chelsea that could destabilize the structure that Xabi Alonso have put up. But at the same time, it's going to be tough. But if Chelsea can be able to come into the game right, I still see them winning this game 2-0.
All right. If you're watching us right now, you can drop your predictions ahead of the big clashes tonight. Fulham against Chelsea. If you're a big supporter of Chelsea, let me know what you think ahead of that clash tonight. All right, let's move away from there. Let's talk about the world of transfer as Omar Mamouche has joined Manchester City. Has joined Tottenham from Manchester City for 50 million euro. Just a great deal for Tottenham Hotspur. And do you think it's going to be a big loss for Manchester City?
It's not going to be a big loss for me, because when Mamouche made the move to from Trafford to Manchester City last season, I was expecting to see some spark, but due to the fact of Aliana and also some other players, Jackie, and also the likes of what's this Ghanaian guy that was there, they didn't have that Semenyo, so he didn't have that much impact. But moving to a club like Tottenham Hotspur is going to expose him. It's going to make him show his ability and what he can do. He's a good player. If you look at it, he knows how to score goals. So he's a great deal for Tottenham Hotspur, and for Man City, that's a great way to make money. Maybe they are just racking up the money for them to buy some midfielder when it comes to the replacement of Rodri. So it's a great deal for them, for both players, for both clubs. So that's the way to go for it. When you are not having that enough playing time in a team, look for a club that can that wants your signature and at the same time show your ability. All
right, that's a deal for Omar Mamouche. Also, let me inform you that Embolo has also joined. He has moved away, from Atalanta in the MLS and joined, another side right there. It's a big one to see Embolo making a big move right there to Atalanta. Boadi also has joined Manchester City for 100 million. That prize money for the young player, do you think is all worth it? For Boadi, we saw his talent in the World Cup, and no wonder Manchester City wanted a signature.
Now these days you see players when it comes to them showing their ability, when it comes to them showing that great style of playing, and you see club putting a huge fee on them. And for a club like Man City, you can't say maybe money is the problem. Definitely they have the money, and they've seen some ability they can know. Enzo Maresca knows what he wants from him, so definitely they went in and out for the player, got the signature, paid out the money. So right now it's not the only problem. It will be if now it comes to Man City and his performance is not adding up with the prize money, then people start questioning. But nowadays, even 100 million doesn't sound strange to me anyway, because you see players like Alot, even Enzo, Casedo, each fee were both fee. So now it doesn't sound strange. You can even see an average player, and each fee can be put on a price tag and put on his head, and definitely we still see some club going out for their signature. So it just boils down to him at the end of the day. If he comes to Man City, if he can be able to tally up that price money paid for him with the talent he had, and just wish him great luck in Man City, because he has shown that glimpse at the World Cup. He's a brilliant player, a good start for him to have that kind of debut. If he can have that kind of debut in Man City, it will be a great fit for him in his career.
All right. That's the update. Giving you more is that Martin Perin has joined Palermo from Juventus. Like we said, Brian Embolo, has joined Atlanta from Rennes. Also, let me inform you that Mohamed Ali Chow has joined All City from Nice. Jacob Davani has joined from Manchester United to Albania on loan. Also, let me inform you that Christopher Nkunku has moved from AC Milan to RB Leipzig on a 5 million loan fee plus 27 million buy option. That's the deal for Christopher Nkunku has joined RB Leipzig. Also, Willy Kambwala has joined from Villarreal to Como, a loan deal plus buy option. Manchester United will get money from Villarreal if the deal becomes permanent, as they had a sell-on clause. Also, let me inform you that Jaden Austin Wood has joined Roma from Fenerbahce. The deal is a loan deal clause around 18 million. Also, let me inform you that Fabinho has joined Trabzonspor, a free agent right there. Fabinho joining his former teammate Mohamed Salah. Also, let me inform you that Amabi Taremi has joined Olympiacos. He has moved away from Olympiacos to Al Wassau right there in the Saudi League. Also, to bring into knowledge that Leon Goretzka has moved away from Bayern Munich as a free agent to Aston Villa. Great signings we have been talking about, and I think is a great addition for some of this team towards the start of the new season.
Yeah, this great. Every transfer being made by any club at this point in time, it shows the reinforcements, the level of competition that you expect in any league, in the Europa League at this point in time. And for some clubs right now, you're seeing the Turkish league, being that new Saudi Pro League, they're making big names, big signings at this point in time. So no club is being left out. If you have the money, spend it, reinforce your team. It shows that you are still in it for the game. And for every club needed, there are still players still out there in the transfer market. We're still going to see some players making moves in and out of the clubs in Europe. But it's just up to it's boiled down to player being happy. If you're not happy in a club, you can still request for a transfer. So that still makes the league being competitive at this point in time. So we have to just look out for more transfer news to bring to the audience.
All right, let's move away from the world of transfer and football, and let's give you updates from the world of tennis, and that's coming through from the Cincinnati Open title finals. As Coco Gauff has become the third woman in an Open era to win multiple Cincinnati Open titles. She follows Serena Williams, Victoria Azarenka, and now Coco Gauff, doing incredible things at the age of 22. And when you look at that game on final, Coco Gauff defeated Jessica Pegula 6-2, 6-4 and wins a fourth WTA 1000 title. This is also a second Cincinnati title, a 12th title at her career at the age of 22. She has gone against Jessica this year, winning twice. In the year 2026, 40 wins of our 2026 era, won 9 of her last 10 matches, fourth top win of 2026, and 37th career top 10 win. And when we remember all of this, remember the US Open is upon us. Coco Gauff is the name, and I think she has been on the scene for a long while, back and forth, injuries here and there, but she's also still making a name for herself at the age of 22.
This was a big one for her, because if you're looking at the campaign she had in 2025, it was not that spectacular, but now she's able to restore that and winning that. You look about some of her decision making, the serve, and also winning against Jessica Pegula. It just shows that level. It was not an easy draw for her, because playing against a top player like that and coming off victorious, it just shows maybe it gives her an edge when it comes to the US Open to come. And definitely you want to watch out for if you're talking about the US Opens, and this victory is just to seal up a point. We're talking about some setbacks she has had, injuries and all of that. So this round it up for her, and so much happy that she's been able to achieve this at the age of 22. Just sum it up for her, and at the end of the day, let's see how she can be able to manage, transition that victory into the US Open, and which we'll be looking forward to also for our campaign and for our team also.
Right, this is the year of the age of 22 as Otto Fields defeated Francis Tiafoe 6-3, 1-6, 6-love in Cincinnati. Otto is a master champion, the biggest title of his career. Is now 8-love against American side at the start of 2025. He played flawlessly today, the 5th title, the 2nd of 2026, picking at the right time, going to be a major problem in the US Open. Let me inform you that at the age of 22 is the youngest Frenchman to become a Masters champ in history. He's also up to a new career high ranking at number 11. Definitely hard work pays, and maybe the age 22 is quite significant, for some of these athletes, in the world of sports.
Definitely, maybe if I clock the age of 22, I'll be looking forward to make part in there. For Fields, he just showed the level of his resilience. He was losing at some point in that game, but he came back. He showed some great dominance, and he was able to do that and making a big statement. Now he's been the first French to win the men's singles. The level of competition this tournament has brought to both now Coco Gauff and also to him being ranked at that point in the P1000.
Yeah.
So we just hope to see both players if they can transition that.
Into the US.
To the US Open. There are many players we are looking at. We're looking at Carlos Alcaraz,
who is back.
Who's back
Yeah.
now from that wrist injury. You know,
yeah.
Serena Williams. You know, we're looking about Sabalenka, and also we are looking at players just like Djokovic also.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, I think it's going to be sad not to see the world number one. Yannick Sinner is not going to be part of the US Open. I know would have loved to see the rivalry with Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, but you know, it's just what it is. And just like you're saying, I think it's a great fit for some of these you know, athletes. You know, Jessica Pegula also definitely should be looking to bounce back from the defeat of Coco Gauff. Francis Tiafoe also will be looking to bounce back you know, from that defeat to you know, Otto Fields. So it's going to be interesting to see the ATP. Let's just give you some you know, expectations ahead of the US Open quick. Let me bring to your knowledge that the prize money has now doubled when it comes to the US Open. It's going to be interesting. But before that, let me bring to your knowledge that okay, thank you so much, my producer. That's the prize money. If you know, when you look at it, every year when it comes to the US Open, they increase the prize money. I think it's exciting to see, you know, aside from people coming to compete, because we've had, you know, these athletes complain of, you know, the prize money. You know, they're not enjoying all of that. They are doing anymore this and that, and this is an increase and a boost, you know, for we the fans to enjoy the game of tennis. Also, let me inform you, it's going to be interesting to see the mixed double as presented. Carlos Alcaraz and Serena Williams are going to be in action. They're going to play mixed double in the US Open, and I would love to see how Carlos Alcaraz would help you know, Serena Williams finally maybe pick up a title at the US Open. She has won the US Open before, but it's been a long time, you know, back and forth. She said she want to come back to playing tennis again. She went back injured. Now she's back again to the US Open. It's going to be interesting to see how that one turns out. All right, let's move straight to Formula One as we wrap up the show this wonderful morning. Interesting as the McLaren boys are back in action, and I'm super excited for the McLaren boys. I don't know about you, and I'm sure some also will be super excited for the Mercedes because they also finished on a podium. Thank you so much. There you have it. Lando Norris picking up the victory right there in the Netherlands. We have Kim Antonelli and George Russell also being on the podium. The Mercedes are still topping on the Ferrari also on the fourth podium. Lewis Hamilton with the story no longer dating Kim Kardashian, now dating a 22-year-old. So I think it's the era of 22-year-old now. Okay, yeah. So, we have Lewis Hamilton finishing fourth on the podium. We have Charles Leclerc also of the Ferrari, fifth on the podium. Oscar Piastri has not been on top form in recent time when it comes to the world of Formula One. Let's see the drivers standing, and let's see what it looks like when it comes to. Thank you so much. Lando Norris picking that one round 12 of the Netherlands. Let's check out the drivers start. Let's see those drivers who are still on the podium. Fantastic to see some drivers you know, still making a big name. But I'm going to inform you that it's actually the Mercedes that you see. Definitely Antonelli, Kim Antonelli, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Todd, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, the legend himself, are still trying to pick up more points. Oscar Piastri, Arja Lawson, and Gasly. When you look at the team standing, the Mercedes are leading 425 points. Ferrari with 338, McLaren with 263, Red Racing Bull 186, Racing Bulls 66, Alpine 63, As 21, Audi 16, Williams 11, Aston Martin 3, and Cadillac 0. I want to ask you, what car would you like to actually drive looking at the standing?
Definitely my Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely.
But if Ferrari can come up to me, you know, you're asking, but do you want the real?
If you said Toyota, I would have said.
Or maybe Camry, but
definitely.
Benz or Ferrari will be there.
The Mercedes are doing great. All right, that's going to be a wrap on the show this wonderful morning. Join us again tomorrow as we'll give you more updates, making around in the world of sports right here on Dominion Dominion Sport. This is where we serve you all of those big updates right here on the go. Also, let me inform you that Chelsea are going to have a game tonight. I want you to please watch the game, be part of it, and drop your comments ahead of the fixtures to look forward to this wonderful Monday evening. That'll be all. I want to say a big thank you to the producer. Jessica, thank you for joining me to talk sport right here on the go this wonderful morning. And we're going to see you again tomorrow. Stay blessed and keep watching Dominion Television, your channel of choice.